Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good.
Nice to finally be doing something that's regular.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Love it.
So tonight I know we've been behind on the show and we're gonna catch up. So we're gonna do episodes 8, 9, and 10. So the two that we missed in last night's, and then we're gonna be right back where we should have been before.
As usual.
Let's say hi to everybody and then we'll get to it. All right. Hi, Roxanne, Teresa. That's sweet. Thank you. Hey, Tony Ann, driving from Tahoe. Hello.
Oh, hey, Tony Ann.
Michelle, Susie Q, Pipsqueak, Ruth Ann, Flower
Susie.
Child, Sheila, Wicked, Jay Freak.
Michelle.
Ruth Ann.
Hello, everyone.
Susie Shop. Barbie.
Miss Bobby.
Flower Child, Linda S. Ellie.
Miss Ellie.
Falca.
Wendy H.
Wendy.
Wendy. Love our Wendy.
John Yates. Oh, that's me. Hi.
Wendy, I promise this is my last time not showing my face.
I'm going to show my face in a hot
today.
second. I don't like how I look, so whatever.
It's been a rough week so far.
Mia Clark.
Elizabeth.
So my hairdresser is finally in the shop tomorrow, and I refuse to go. I'm very
Thank
loyal.
God.
I'm very loyal to my hairdresser. Like from the age of 14 to when we left Franklin Square, I had remember Elvis?
Yeah.
He cut my hair for like
He
20
was the
years.
sandwich guy.
No, that wasn't Sandwich Guy. That Sandwich Guy was in Deer Park. I had another hair cutter. We called him the Sandwich Guy because he was a little overweight and he always smelled like sandwiches. But he gave a really good haircut. So I had Elvis and the Sandwich Guy, and then when we lived in Florida, I had to fly to New York to get my haircuts. Like it was just nobody knows how to cut hair in Florida, and in Jersey we've been here for like 4 years now. Yeah,
No,
3 or
it's
3.
longer.
No, 2019, 4 years. Yeah, I've gone from place to place, and I finally found this girl named Ashley, and I love how she cuts my hair, and she finally is back at work again. Not that you all needed to know that, but like I can't. I'm very, very loyal to my hairdressers. So there you go.
I like people who are loyal to their hairdressers.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same one for 20 years. I would probably still be going back to Elvis if he didn't live on the island. I was about to come to the island.
That's right, Wendy.
You know, and I come from a family of hairdressers. I have 3 cousins that still do hair. But I've gone to them and they don't ever cut the hair the way I like it. They're like, I'm going to cut the hair like myself. And then, I'm like, it's not what I wanted. Like, but you look better. I'm like, no, I don't like it.
My mom would, I'm like, okay, Mom, this is what I want. And then she would cut it exactly how
do whatever she wants.
Like, Mom, why do I bother?
And then they would never take the money. And I'm like, so then like after that haircut, I would have to go to like my regular person and have them fix it. So yeah. So my girl Ashley's back in the shop tomorrow. So I'll finally have my hair cut, which I desperately need. Angie Bradford, hello, perfectly. Mary Barcelona, Ola MG, Lisa Jones. Shoot, go.
Angie.
I think I got to the bottom. Did I miss anybody?
Cat lover. I think that's everyone.
All right. If I missed you, I'll get you in a minute. So yeah, we're gonna cover the last 3 episodes. I felt like last night's was pretty want.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much to it. So let's get caught up. And,
but there's been so much going on. They had to throw in one of those episodes,
Yeah. I mean, every episode can't be gold, I guess. So let's start the intro and then we'll do it. What do you want, Hope?
What are you doing, Hope?
You hear him meowing?
Yep.
He wants to play. Now he wants to play. Meanwhile, he slept all day, and now he.
That one on. He is. He's fabulous, and he's on the inside. Pull that one on.
Hey, Roro. And who else just
Hello.
jumped in? I think somebody else just jumped in too. Shayna. Hi. So here I am. I had to give my husband brownie points today.
What?
I was having a less than stellar day, and he went to the grocery store, went to ShopRite because we had to get some things. And
Well, actually, I had to get only fish food, but they don't sell fish food at the Acme over here anymore.
our local grocery
So I
store,
have
like
to
I
go
said, is like
over the
Russia
bridge
in like 1980.
and
You
go
get like
to
there's the Acme by our house, and everything is so overpriced. It's really bad. So you know how we hate going over the bridge because it's like a pain in the ass. But he had to go to ShopRite, and
Why do you have a scarf on? It's not even cold in here.
well, I
It's
was
like 75.
I was trying to like have an accessory. Okay, so whatever. Anywho,
Trying to be fancy.
he goes to ShopRite, and then there's a McDonald's right next to ShopRite. And he went and he got me my last 3 boo buckets. I can't believe the McDonald's actually had all the boo buckets there. So
Now, what are you going to do with those?
he came home. So now I have all 4.
But what will you do with them?
I'm a McDonald's collector.
Do you know what that would? Can I tell you something? Do you know where those would go in my house?
In the garbage.
In the garbage.
Yep. Well, I grew up. Yeah, I you know, very Italians. You throw out stuff that's not in the house. So like, but
Tell
yeah,
them, you know.
I know.
If
Like,
anybody
as soon as I
can't
stopped
find
playing
something
with
in
a
my house,
toy as a kid, like say like I was
Yep.
like I played with 3 toys as a kid. I played with the Care Bears, I played with the Thundercats, and I played with the Ninja Turtles, and that was like my extended toys. So like when I was done with the Thundercats, and I had the play sets and all of them and everything, but then when I moved to Ninja Turtles, guess where all the Thundercats went?
garbage.
Garbage. Yep.
Let me tell you, if my kids haven't used it in like 2 months, garbage. Every time they're missing something, they're like, Mom threw it out. Oh yes, I did.
But he was so cute. He came home with like the 3 buckets with the food in, and he's like, "You get a Happy Meal. You get a Happy Meal. You get a Happy Meal." So now I have all my buckets.
Cody. It's very sweet.
He was. He got some good points tonight. I'll have to
I love
service him. I'll have to service him later.
I'll get out
Let
of
me
here.
get some something.
I'm out of
A little
commission.
something.
Yeah. So all right. So let's do. All right. So episode 8. Now I didn't really take that much detailed notes today because there's a lot to cover, and this is not going to be a 5-hour.
Yeah, there is.
So all right, episode 8. So this is 3 weeks ago now. How far back we are. So
I'm not taking any notes from that. So okay.
Mary is moving back. Mary tells Robin that she's moving to Utah, and then it's the big time for her to tell Cody. And meanwhile, Cody's having this revelation that he can't help. He's so mad that he can't share his love of Robin to the world. He wants to shout it from the rooftops how much he has the love of his life, Robin. And screw everybody else. That's my girl, and I'm sick of hiding my love for Robin in front of the other wives.
But he's got a television show that he's pretty much done that on for the last 5 years.
Right. So
Does he
pretty
need
much,
to-
they're all Mary's very big house, and I still don't understand why Mary has
Very big house. Tremendous house.
with the 15 barbecues outside
Yes.
and the hot tub. Like,
I actually can't believe how big that house truly is.
I mean, even like if she has a stellar LuLaRoe business,
I think she actually does. I think she makes a lot of money. with
But
it.
she was also renting Wicked. I mean, not that it's not cheap in Flagstaff. Don't get me wrong.
but she also re-signed her lease, though.
Well, now you're jumping ahead,
I'm
Wicked.
sorry.
That's episode 10, and we're probably gonna mix all 3 episodes together.
Carry on.
That's
I mean, it's
gonna
only
happen.
appropriate.
I mean, the only thing Robin wants to know is what state is Mary going to file her taxes? And don't forget to leave the dollar bills on the door when you come back.
But Robin's like, why don't you tell him, Mary, what you really feel? And Mary's like, no, pretty much. This is the exact reaction that I thought I was gonna get. Like, she
Right,
tells Cody. Go ahead.
See, that's why I mentioned last week. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's why I said last week. It's like Robin has to stop because there's nothing there. And she keeps making Mary believe that he's telling her something in
100%.
private. And he's, like the way she says things to Mary, it's as if, trust me, when Cody's alone with me, I get the vibe. You don't get nothing. You get gatzes. That's what you get. You know,
No, she
gatzes
gets.
are?
Well, I would say she gets ungats.
Mhm. That's what I'm saying. Like, stop it. The only person in that room that wants Mary is Robin.
Yeah.
And the
Maybe she
kids.
should be her wife.
And like I tweeted like 2 years ago at the top of my Twitter feed, like she just wants her to stay there so like she could shovel a driveway. That's it. And like take
And
out
then
the
she
garbage.
says, sometimes it's a deal breaker. Well, is it or isn't it? And I mean, I hate to skip, but we got to do it. Hearing Cody say, I'm with my one true love,
Yes.
referring to Robin, that's it. Like, that says everything.
Thank
that
you for
says that
saying that. Yes.
it's that it sums up the whole show. When I heard
Exactly.
he finally admitted it. When I heard that come out of his mouth, I said, wow, that's it. There's nothing else left here. It's the truth, what everybody said. It's 100% truthful. He loves one person, and that's it.
And Mary tells him, I'm leaving. And Cody's like, good, when you leaving?
Yeah.
Can I help you
Can I
pack?
help you
Right.
pack? I mean, and he's not even like, I wonder if she's still contributing to the households.
No.
You
I
think?
don't know how she's affording that. Why did she ever get that big bougie? Like that house is almost, if not
Well, she
bigger
did
than Robin's.
say,
A big house for
she
one
said
person.
she got it
For like
because
the group,
she was
the group
supposed to
family
have the
event.
holidays. She was
Right. So
supposed
when
to have
she
the holidays.
signs her lease, why does she renew it?
So that's what I don't understand, because she was going to get a smaller place, I thought.
That's what she said.
I don't even know why she was entertaining the idea of getting a smaller place. She has a house with the B&B
Go
that she
to
owns.
Parowan and stay there with
Yeah,
your...
and never go back.
I mean,
And, I got to tell you,
She wanted
rent
I
an
think-
Airbnb when you come home.
I think she's in a new polygamous relationship with
The,
best friend
her
Jen.
best friend and the husband. That's what I said to Cody. I said, I bet you she's trying to mingle herself into that one.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Because
yes.
Did you notice? Like, the
Mama
husband
Brooklyn knows
was
these
in-
things.
I said it to Cody, and I'm like, Mary is trying to get right up in their business, right?
In the chat, put a 1 if you think I'm right. Because I can't, it's not just us that thinks that. All of America has got to think that right now.
I give you my vote.
And,
One.
and I forgot the husband's name, but she was like, "Oh, I see your underwear." Oh, like
Oh, I didn't
Thank
see
you,
that.
everybody.
one. I'll just say it out loud.
That's right. Thank you.
One.
It's the
Over
truth.
here. One.
And
Yeah,
if we
there's-
think it, you'll see. It's going to
Well-
come out.
And I think it's, like if she mentions it, like, hey guys, it's not that way. It's like, okay, then why are you
Right.
putting a clarifying?
Why are
you know
you saying
what?
that? Because you're flirting and you know that we see that? What are you saying? It's nice to have a guy around to tune my oil.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. And
I'm
she's
like,
in her little
Mary, what did you just say? Say that again, Miss Mary.
Yeah, like I've never had a guy like, hey, baby, let me wash your car.
Mary's
I
like, "Oh my
mean-
god, I haven't been penetrated in years. This feels so
He's
good."
tuning that oil, all right. He's changing her oil.
I mean,
Oh,
unless he's like a
That's
true
right,
car
Wendy.
guy who just like has a thing about cars and his car has to be perfect. I can't imagine
Mhm.
cleaning up the car.
Hey, you guys want to hear something? One day, the 3 of us had a live. I don't remember which one. And there was so many great comments. The 3 of us are so good together. And one person said, it would be great. And I would love the lives if you just stop over talking to each other. I said, well, you better leave.
yeah, that's never gonna happen. 'cause
You
we're
better
always-
leave, my friend. This ain't the chat for you.
We're always gonna do it. It's
Oh,
always
yeah.
gonna happen.
There is one comment that will
I'm
happen
gonna overtalk you right now.
later.
I'm just playing. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
That she adores Brooklyn, pretty much hates my guts, and John is the best thing since sliced bread. Oh yeah.
Well, I am the
Well,
best thing. So
if
they
you
were half.
don't
They,
like
they were half
Wicked-
right, Wicked. So
Listen, if
you
you
know.
don't like Wicked, then you don't like me, because I'm going to come for you. I'll come. I'll come to you.
Hey, Seraphim. And by the
Read
way,
the
we have both,
community tab,
both
hun.
Brooklyn's in the house tonight.
That's right. I'm Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Don't mess with my wicked.
Yeah, just read the community tab because it's like,
I can't even.
On my tab?
yeah.
You need to
Is it
leave.
recently? Wait, I if it was on my tab, I had to have posted it.
It's in the comments. Check your messages.
Wow.
Thank
I'm
you,
getting
Wendy,
a
for the
little-
Cash App.
We love you,
I'm
Wendy.
getting a little heated.
Always.
Wait, which one
Thank
is
you,
it?
Wendy.
Now I'm curious. Which one is it?
Yeah, I'm curious myself. I want to know now.
Okay, well, hold on.
If you can't mention a name, text it to me.
I did.
Oh wait, well, geez, you're fast.
Damn straight she is.
On which post on the tab?
On any of them.
Oh.
We all
okay.
have very different personalities.
Oh Jesus.
We all have very different
All
personalities.
covered.
And Wicked 100% keeps us in line. And if you don't like her, get off the live. End of
Exactly.
story.
I don't think she cares for me, but that's okay.
I don't care what she cares for. How about that?
Exactly.
Hold on, let me find it.
Wow. Okay. All right.
You better text
so-
that to me, Wicked.
I will.
Hey, Brooke Bailey. Thank God you have Bailey in your last in there because Lord.
I would
Anywho,
take that out.
So
I'd even take out the Brooke part too.
love that. Yeah. Can we just change your name altogether?
Stop it. That's beautiful.
Twilight Sparkler or something like. Ugh.
Like Princess Shoshana. So anyway, I think we're getting off topic.
As usual. As per our usual.
And we have so much to cover, and we just started.
I think we said the whole thing just now. Cody has one true love. He can't stand the other bitches. And that's the show.
Oh, and then Cody also said that he doesn't like Robin pressuring him when it comes to Mary. Or
Oh,
Well,
like,
he's got to throw in one bad thing in there about Robin. You know, he doesn't want to sound like a complete
Right.
idiot. It's
But
all
he
planned.
wants
It's all
to throw
pre-planned.
Mary on top of a garage.
After he did that interview, he goes, "Honey, Robin, baby, love of my life. I just want you to know I said one mean thing, but I love you so much."
oh, well, like, what about, thank you, Cody. When he tells Mary, he's like, how about this? I have an idea. I'll put you in Janelle's fifth wheel in the dead of winter. You by yourself. You alone by yourself in a property with no electricity, no phones, no water, no
With
plumbing.
coyotes, buffaloes, and
I
Yeah.
have to tell you,
who knows what's
He-
coming in and out of that place.
let me tell you, he is pissed at Christine because she hurt his ego.
Of
he
course.
is
Oh, 100%.
Semi-sad about Janelle because she hurt his pocket because she was the money, you know, and he is downright disgusted by Mary.
Well, he's hurt by
Unfortunately-
Janelle because, like you said, she
Because it
was
affects
making
his
the money.
almighty
Christine's
dollar,
the one
okay?
that was driving
But
the Lexus.
for whatever reason, he is most disgusted with Mary. And I almost feel bad for the poor woman. I mean, I don't think anyone deserves that. The way he talks about her in front of all of America, you had a child with this woman and you shared 30 years with her. I mean, come on now. Cut the crap. You sound like an idiot.
Agreed. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, yeah,
I'm telling you, Christine leaving him destroyed his ego at best. And,
but then
you
he
know, and
said,
again,
"Oh wait, what? Oh, Christine forced her way into like the family, and Christine made him marry her, and it was Christine's forcefulness that even put Cody in there."
She
Yeah.
said demanded.
Hey, Joe.
He said demanded. Christine demanded to be married into the family. But meanwhile, she's royalty in that lifestyle.
So is Mary. I don't want you. Okay. So then Mary is saying to him, I don't want you to think that I'm moving away from the family. And Cody's like, oh, I was really hoping that's what you're going to say. What about this? If you don't want to live in the
hey,
RV.
Teddy. Sorry. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
Hey, Teddy, I'm sorry.
Hi, Teddy. I just want to say hi, Teddy.
if you don't want to live in the RV, here's another thought. I can get like an aluminum shed where all the refuse that I don't
Can
need.
you
You can put that on
imagine?
Coyote Pass.
Can you imagine?
Wicked thoughts?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm searching for something.
Wicked, would you like to live in a
Yeah, so like all the stuff that Cody doesn't need or want, the storage stuff that he doesn't want to
Goes
rock,
right into the storage shed.
and Mary fits right in there. Just another piece
you
of
know what?
equipment that he doesn't
That's
need anymore.
absolutely perfect.
And I kind of felt bad for Mary.
Yeah.
Like I had to give her some
I do
snaps on
too.
this episode. She's like, "Really? You're gonna put me with all your stuff that you don't want in the aluminum shed with a loft?" Oh, but Mary, I'll make sure I'll give you a loft with a sink and a shitter.
I
Okay.
absolutely felt bad for her. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so I'm listening now. You'll know exactly who I am when you read it.
Guys, talk, please.
Okay. So what were we talking about? Mary is
Don't gotta tell me twice to talk.
She was in the. Cody said, "Listen, I'll put you in the RV in the middle of Coyote Pass by yourself alone, where the coyotes can eat you. Or if you don't like that, Plan B, I'll move you into this aluminum shed that I have
that's
all the
right.
stuff that I don't want my life there."
But
So
what?
hey.
Listen.
can we get this barnuminium and you can live in the top and I can put all my cars there and all my shit that I've accumulated.
But what is wrong with this woman? Listen, at this point, when she's shooting this scene, she's already seen one season of him telling the world, "I feel nothing for her. I'm not coming. I'm not courting her." Remember all that? So she's
Right,
seen
but-
that already, and she's still there. Why?
Robin is totally gaslighting her. Like,
Agreed.
please stay on. He's going to
Yes.
come around. Because she made a comment like, Cody was bringing up a memory from like 5 or 7 years ago. Well, those are his most recent memories of Mary.
Right. 100%. Agreed.
And Robin is too selfish to say, "You know what, Mary, I don't ever think he's going to come around. I really think you need to,
Right.
as much as I love you, we can maintain our friendship. You can
Yes.
come see Saul and Ari anytime you
Right.
want to, but go be happy."
I get it. She wants to be a sister
yeah.
wife. I get this is not what she signed up
oh,
for. I get the
she
whole
wants to be a sister wife, my Aunt Fanny.
Then you tell me why she wants to keep Mary around. And don't say shovel a driveway because I need a really good reason. For real.
Because she wants to keep up the guys that like it. She's really in it for the plural marriage. So if Mary's around, then
you
why do you
mess
think
with
she's
someone's
pushing
life?
so hard for Mary? Because she knows that Cody's checked out. She knows that Mary's checked out. So, but if Mary's still around, it still shows that there's some type of plural family. There's still kind of hope. You don't see
For
her
the
going
show?
Janelle is hard.
So are you saying it's to have the show?
Yeah, because how are they going to do Sister Wives when, and we all know that Janelle's gone, Mary's gone, and Christine's gone. It's just, and that's been like that for over a year now.
Oh yeah, no, and I love when Janelle said, "Yeah, let's face it, I won't be having any holidays ever again with Cody." She's like, Janelle don't play. She don't play.
Janelle is a very logical thinker.
She
and
really
I mean,
is the
I don't
most
think
logical.
that she came to this conclusion like overnight. I don't think it.
No, agreed, Wicked.
She really put a lot of thought and time to it. I mean, she was fine with a friends with benefits, but now she wants more of a companion.
And I think, well, first of all, I think you're 100% right. See, that's why we always need Wicked. She brings the facts. But
I try.
I also think that when he yelled at her and acted like that in front of the cameras 6 weeks before Christmas and then proceeded to not call her daughter, you know, the boys, they have issues, but the daughter, that was it. She couldn't,
Yeah.
like, that's when she said to herself, I could never lay in this man's bed again. You know what I'm saying? As a mother, I'll tell you something. I mean, we're all different, but as a mother, I could love you to the high heavens. If you don't like my children or disrespect my children or treat them like shit, we will have no relationship.
Yeah, I kind of think
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I think with like it was just a building thing for Christine or not Christine, Janelle, where it's like, okay, he didn't go to Isabel's surgery.
Right.
You know, he makes sure that he takes Saul and Ari to school every single
That's
day.
right.
Like,
That's a rough pill to swallow.
yeah, it's like, when is the rest of his family going to matter?
But who was knocked off their horse? I was, when Janelle said, you know what, I would still entertain being in a plural marriage.
I was.
I
Because
mean,
I was
that
like-
was a little bit of a shocker, but I'll tell you why. Can I just give my opinion as to
The only
why
reason
she
why I'm
feels
saying is
that
because
way?
you said, Janelle does normally is the most logical person, but that was the most illogical thing I've
Hold
ever heard
on.
come out of Janelle's mouth.
Hold on. No, I don't think so. I'm going to tell you my opinion. Janelle loved that kind of relationship because Janelle is not the kind
Yeah.
of woman that could be with a man all the time. Janelle loves her independence and she loves her own
Right.
time.
So why doesn't
And
she
I
get a
feel-
guy who goes out of town a lot?
Well, that's another option, but I think they probably asked her, let's be honest, in the interview or whatever, I think they probably asked her, would you ever, and you have to repeat the question when you're interviewing. So I think that's why she said, yeah, I would do it because she doesn't want a full-time marriage. She doesn't. She said it a million times before. She
So then
likes
just
her
date
time.
people, or
True
for me,
story, John.
at Janelle's age, she's not going to be popping any kids out, right? So
Right.
True.
what is she going to be, like a fourth, fifth wife now? And I
Dude,
just
at my
think
age,
Janelle's
I'm not going to be
more
popping
than
any kids
that.
out. She's
That's my
definitely not.
point.
But I also think she likes that family unit because
Right,
both her
right.
and Christine said, oh, yeah, hey, down the road, I wouldn't mind doing a family reunion for our children.
Right. And I didn't know. I didn't know that Janelle had nobody in her family in polygamy. And when she married Cody,
Yeah, no,
they all
but
cut her off.
yeah, she was, I hate to say normal, but normal.
Right.
Beforehand. And Janelle's mom is married to Cody's dad.
So she was like the first one to do it. And then they followed, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I think Janelle's from
This-
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. But I also think Janelle,
Oh,
although she
really?
might not
I think so. I could be wrong.
I don't know that Janelle is deep, deep rooted in her faith, but I think if
No, but
her
she
faith
did say
said-
that. She goes, I believe
Right.
in the prophecy. I believe in the covenant or
Right.
whatever.
She
word they
believes
use.
more than I think Mary and Christine do.
Right. But I think she's saying I wouldn't take polygamy off the table. Like if
That's right. That's
if it
what I
came to
think.
me and I had
Yep.
the yes, this is what you need to do, then I wouldn't
Right.
take it off the table just because he's in
Agreed.
a polygamous marriage.
But think about it for
I
a
agree.
second. Christine and Janelle are one unit, right? And with that one unit, because they are one unit, right? They're like the new family. They have the numbers, right? And they both have 6 kids each, and
Yeah.
their kids all have the older ones all have grandkids. So there's like a lot of people in that sphere of the Christine and Janelle part of the relationship. So think about Janelle now dating somebody in another plural marriage. I don't know, being a second or third, whatever wife. And then with all those kids and all their wives.
Well, it
trying
would never
to
be the
integrate
same
her
though, John.
part of that family into that new one. I just don't see it happening.
It would never be the same thing though. See, okay. You know how a minute ago, again, my opinion, you know how a minute ago I said as a woman and a mother, if a guy mistreats your children, it makes you lose like your own love and lust for the guy, right? I mean, I have a friend who's getting divorced. Her husband is a good husband, but he's a shit father, and she's not attracted to him anymore because of that. So I think that's why Janelle and Christine are so close, because they parented and genuinely love each other's children.
Right.
And that's why I know Mary had one child, but it wasn't at all the same. So she's never going to have that again.
Well, I always
with
felt
other
bad for Mary
children.
in that case because, like, she had problems.
Me
you know,
too.
miscarriages, and I always felt
100%.
really super. And I wasn't, when we had Peyton on, in January when he was saying some things about Mary, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, because
I know.
Mary was always kind of like I always my heart always felt for her because
Yeah.
look at her, she's the first wife. She only had the one kid, and then
Yeah.
Leon now. What? Leon, didn't, I guess,
Yeah.
turn out the way that they wanted to. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. And it would be very hard for Mary to look at Janelle with 6 kids and Christine with 6 kids. So,
And even Robin with 5.
yeah.
But again, that's why Mary and Christine, or Mary and Janelle, they could never, even if they were so close, they could never have the same bond that Janelle and Christine have. When someone helps you raise your babies and
Right.
genuinely, listen, I'll say this. I have a family member
What?
that I really wasn't close with,
Come on.
didn't really care for. We're very different personalities. When I had my children, she shocked me. She just became like so in love with my first kid
Mhm.
and did
Ever-
everything. And
Similar
I
in
don't
our
know what
family.
happened. Seeing that made me so close to her.
Yeah.
There's something that happens as a mother when someone genuinely loves your children.
Exactly.
And that's a bond that you just can't shake.
Right. I mean, they could be a piece of crap person, and
Absolutely.
the
Oh,
way that
thank you for the Cash App, Suzanne. Sorry, overtalked. Does anybody think Christine's being a little pushy?
I do. But because I was trying to think about what time in like real life this was. So this is where she's really starting to like think about dating, and she's getting into the matchmaker. And I think the things that Cody said to her were horrendous. I mean, that he never loved her. And,
Oh yeah, and like I love Christine, and don't get me wrong, like I'm so happy she just got remarried. Like I'm always team Christine, but she comes off super pushy in these episodes.
Yeah, very much
So I feel a little different. Like
no, she's clearly trying. She
No. She is. She is.
I'm going to overtalk you. She clearly
Okay.
said in like the confessional that like, I know I'm trying to push, Janelle.
Yes.
And if I ask too many questions, she's going to shut down. But Christine, and again, listen, if I were Christine, I'd be the same way. I'd be like, Janelle, you should really leave him. You're going to let him treat you like this. I would do the same thing. I'm not, but it's coming off like
very
push.
much so.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm going to tell you how I took it. I just thought, so Christine was so miserable and so depressed, and now she's like loving her life so much. So I thought she's seeing Janelle be so miserable and depressed. She's like, I want Janelle to feel what I'm feeling now.
But see, I don't think Janelle is that, I don't think that Janelle is as bothered as Christine.
She's not.
Was. Right. I guess
She's not. But Christine is definitely trying to like gently.
And it's just like
shove
Easter.
her.
Right.
It's just
hey,
like
move
Easter.
to
She
Utah,
wants to.
the house next door. Get yourself
Yeah.
a man. Get
Yeah.
out of
Why are you
Flagstaff.
staying in Flagstaff? And then Garrison bought a house. Good for you, Garrison. I wish you're young.
Yep.
Like you're super
Right.
young. Good, God bless you for being able to buy a house. And Christine's like, I don't get it. Why are they staying in Flagstaff?
Yeah.
And she makes valid
Yeah, you're right.
points,
You're right.
She does.
Yeah.
You're
right.
It's over. Like the kids hate him. Janelle hates him. It's done. But like Christine's and she's even being pushy with the kids a little bit. And again, I love Christine, and don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, you're right. I see that now that you said that. I didn't see it before. I really took it before as she loves her life now, and she feels like Janelle should not settle and should, feel what she feels. That's what I was thinking. But she is pushy. You are 100% right. I don't know. I just
Because-
feel like.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
she is. No,
Because
she is.
I was thinking, well, is this about the time that she was like starting to meet and date David? But it wasn't, because we finally moved past Christmas and we're like in Easter.
Yeah, there was a big giant gap. Man.
Yeah, we're
Like
at
it was
Easter,
like
June,
Christmas
July.
and Thanksgiving, and now we're at
What
Easter.
July?
I think what they did is they took the episodes because they didn't want to extend the season because Christine had left. Cody was all butthurt about filming with her. So they took part of the episodes from season 17 and then 18. I think they were meshed together.
I agree.
I just, I know we have not been kept up to date, and but I have been watching every episode. I watched 8, 9, and 10 today so we can catch up. But I remember we were doing episode 7. It was about Thanksgiving and Christmas,
Right?
and now we're at Easter. I'm like, huh? Dang! What happened in those 4 months?
Easter to go to 4th of July.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
Because they're
snowing
trying
out,
to catch
and
up.
now they're outside with T-shirts on. I'm like, huh?
Right. Because when Mary came back to visit, and again, they're still not going into the house, Ari and Saul, she was like, oh, it's a beautiful spring day here in Flagstaff. So that probably tells me what Easter was when, March, sometimes April. So we're either in March, April, May timeframe of this filming. When was Easter 2022?
Yeah, Easter's either my birthday is March 27th. I've actually had Easter fall on my birthday I think 3 times in my life. Usually Easter's in April, but it's sometimes it's in late March. And I thought the whole Easter thing was weird. Brooklyn, I want to ask you about this because in my family, now they were saying in their family that Easter wasn't a big deal. Cody with this, I believe more in Passover than
I don't know. Easter's very big in my
that
family.
was weird to me. It's Passover and Easter are just 2
you were
different
a kid,
things. But
John,
and he
when
felt
you
that Easter was pagan. Okay, it's the resurrection. It's why you have Good Friday. You have Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and then Easter. So I thought that was just off, but I don't know.
when you were a kid, John, did you?
Easter was never a big deal in my house.
It was for me, but do you
Nope.
remember? I don't know if you had these, but when you were a kid around Easter time, would your grandmother buy the bread with the egg in the middle with the sprinkles
Oh, the
on it?
pizzichina or the pizza rustica?
No, it's not pizza rustica, but I mean, there's another word for it, but I
Yeah,
can't-
I know what you're talking about. It's like a pretzel with a big
It's
egg
like
in the middle of it.
wheat bread with
Yeah.
the colored egg in the middle.
Yeah, we had those.
We had those on Easter, and Easter was pretty big for us. It still is.
No, the pizza rustica was a hit. You know what? It's like a meat pie with salami and ricotta.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
And it's very Italian.
Right,
But of all the holidays, I had a very big Italian family. My great grandmother was the head of the. She was the matriarch, and then she had five daughters, and then the 5 daughters had all aunts and uncles. But Easter was really the only holiday that we didn't get together. Just Easter, and that was it.
I mean, every family is definitely different, but Easter is definitely big for us. You make lamb and amongst
Oh my God,
other-
your family made lamb?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, not mine. In fact,
We had ham.
oh my God, my
On
Aunt
Easter-
Anne, she was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, my friend has this big Easter celebration. I know we don't do anything." And she's like, "Are they going to serve you the lamb with the mint jelly?" She was making fun of.
Not mint jelly, but you do make lamb, and you get the marzipan in the shape of the lamb. Remember that? So my grandfather goes and he gets the marzipan lamb at the Italian bakery. You guys know what marzipan is, right?
In our house.
No, but that's candy. It's in the shape of a lamb. The lamb signifies something, but I can't remember what.
But growing up, I've probably only eaten lamb less than this many times.
I don't eat lamb at all. Yeah, me neither. Not at all. Not even one bit. It's too gamey.
I had
But we're doing Sister Wives, and somehow we're talking about lamb. This is definitely
I know.
not a way.
No, we're talking about Easter. They were talking about Easter.
Yes, we are. We are.
This is relative
Too
to it.
funny.
So Easter in 2022 was April the 17th.
Oh, so April and then July. So the 3 months forward. Okay. There
Yeah,
you go.
so
There you go.
but yeah, I did read that somewhere, Mia, that there's an artist that it's debatable if it's like original artwork or just printed artwork. But this artist is suing TLC because he didn't give permission for his artwork, which is why they're not filming inside their house.
Wow, really?
Oh,
What I heard.
breaking news.
Don't know if it's true or not, but we shall see.
Yeah, but like Easter was like, never a big deal. And like it was
Well-
not a big deal in any of our households, in my family at least. So like when they were saying like, Cody didn't want to celebrate it, but but when Robin came, she was used to it, so she would go to her mother's house. But then Cody was like, "No, let's change the rules because obviously Robin's the love of his life, so we'll reincorporate it, but then also celebrate Passover." It's like celebrating Hanukkah and Christmas.
Yeah, I was confused by that because I thought Passover was a Jewish holiday.
It is.
It
And like,
is.
there's nothing wrong with celebrating Passover.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but I
But
thought
if-
they were like Christian.
Yeah, like that. I
I
just
feel
didn't
like-
understand it.
Cody is picking and choosing parts of different religions that he likes. Because if he thinks that Easter is a pagan holiday, then he's an idiot.
Well,
Yeah.
can you imagine though? Hold on a second. Can you imagine having 14 kids and 3 wives and telling them, guys, listen, we are not celebrating Easter. No Easter egg coloring. No Easter bunny. We're not doing it. And that's what they do for like 18 years. All of a sudden, he marries another wife who's younger, and she's like, "I want to." Okay, and then boom.
Yeah, he's
Okay, we're gonna
probably
do
like,
it.
hey, you guys, I told you all Santa and the Tooth
How
Fairy,
would you
and the
feel?
Easter Bunny were all not real, but
Yeah.
now they are.
How would you feel? I would be.
When I was a
pissed.
kid, like I would get like I would get like an Easter basket, right? Like you go to Woolworths and like you get like the $20 Easter basket with the toys in it, whatever. And then me and my grandmother, we would make Easter baskets, and that was like a thing that we used to do. We would do them ourselves, but other than that, and like we would buy eggs and stuff like that. But that was pretty much all the it was like the big holidays in my family were Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. Like that was like those were the two things.
Did your grandmother hide the eggs for you?
Yeah. You're funny.
So you didn't have Easter egg hunt.
No, I have
I
never,
love
not
that.
once, ever searched for Easter egg. No.
Not
No.
did I always my whole life have an Easter egg hunt, but my mom would like tape quarters and dollars, and you'd really have to fight your siblings.
No. I mean, like I had a different set of circumstances growing
No,
up.
but
But,
Grandparents do, some don't. That's why I asked. I didn't know.
no. Have I ever searched for an Easter egg? Not once in my life. Like
Wow.
my grandmother, how clean she was. She'd probably think like, "Oh, this idiot's never gonna find it, and it's gonna I'll have some rotting egg in my house somewhere." We did do the baskets, but then as you get
Some
older,
people
like,
hide the baskets versus
like
the
my
eggs.
friends like would get Easter presents. I'm like, Easter presents? Like, what are you talking about? Easter presents?
So did I.
Like,
Yeah, we did too. We did too.
See, I didn't know about Saint Nick until it was way too late. And then I was like, now they got the elf on the shelf and all that good stuff. But anywho,
the only time I ever got a gift during Easter time was when I got my confirmation, and like that was a big deal. So like I got spoiled on that day, and I got a new mountain bike. I got like the Legend of Zelda on Super Nintendo, which was a big deal back in the day, and a couple other things. But that was the only time I ever got rewarded for a springtime gift.
That's
Was
true.
when I got my confirmation, and that was that, which was like around the same time as Easter. Go ahead, sorry.
no, that's okay.
Easter egg hunt, Brooklyn. You're funny. That's why I keep
I
you
don't
around.
know.
The Easter egg hunt. Oh, I could just see Miss Marie no, never. God, no. Nope.
But I like the fact that Christine is kind of like moving on. She's like, okay, we're going to make these new family tradition and these new family holidays.
Right.
And, the fact that they're discussing, hey, what are the Christmas plans in June, July, because, their kids are all spread out. So it's like,
Yeah,
you've got to, kind of plan. All right. So give them 6 months. And we do the same thing when we have a cousins to get together. It's finally to the point where like, if you can come, don't. Like
Yeah.
we're going to be here at this time, show up or not. We don't care.
What do we think about? And again, I know we're melding everything together because it's hard not to.
It's okay though. It makes sense this way. I really do.
What do we think about like Garrison moving in with Gwendolyn and Gabe, and Christine's like, this is a bad idea, and I kind of agree with Christine,
Politics.
because Gwendolyn, as we know, is pretty left when it comes to things, and the others are pretty right.
Right.
Well, I mean, they're used to growing up together and being close or somewhat in proximity. I get that it's,
But Gwendolyn's
a different
very,
situation.
very vocal.
But I don't think Gwendolyn stayed there that long because she
Probably because,
she
Christine
came
said,
out
it was
a
never
few
going to work.
months later and, started dating her now wife. So, and I think Garrison and Gabe were probably close enough and adult enough to like work it out because they seem more similar.
Janelle's sons are very fine young men.
Yes,
They are. Yes, they are.
And you could see they handle themselves very well. And you could see they got that from their mama.
Yeah, because
I'm not videos. I'm not talking about now. This was filmed I think in it was filmed 2022.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're at 20. I think this was the year
so
and a half ago. We're watching footage from a year and a half ago.
Maybe July in 2022.
Yeah, so this is a year and a half. Because thank God it's TLC. We're watching just up to date footage. No, we're watching footage from 2, sometimes 3 years ago on this show.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, I was on Christine's side. I'm like, Gwendolyn living with them, probably not the best idea. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Yep.
But I only think that so Gwendolyn comes out in October. So I don't think that she was there that long. I think she probably was like, hey, this is fun, but deuces, I'm out.
But Garrison's like, bitches, you're signing leases. I don't care. You're gonna, if you're, and I was wondering, would you think it would have been a good fit for maybe Janelle to move in?
I don't know about that.
Or did he want it's his house?
I think he wanted his independence.
But he's super young. Good for him to be able to buy a house like that.
And I don't think that if she needed a place to stay, whether it was temporarily, long term, or whatever, I don't think that he's the type of person to be like, no, we can't do this. I need my own space.
But both their mothers said right out the gate, this is not going to last long. They knew.
Yeah.
Because listen, you could have 10 kids and which ones shouldn't stay in a room together for more than an hour. And yeah.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Pam.
And Christine said it, right? Christine said they have different politics.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing.
That's why I don't think Gwen stayed there that long. I think
she didn't.
Probably was maybe 6 months and out.
Cat Lover says one of them is pregnant.
Who?
Which one is pregnant?
Oh, McKelty finds out she's pregnant with her twins.
Yeah, but again, she already had that baby. This is a year and a half old.
She already had those babies, and they were already a year old.
Right.
I just hate how TLC airs this. I don't like how we're watching stuff that's so old, and we know so much now in present time that you can't figure out what's really happening.
Agreed.
I have a hard time with it, and I feel I'm pretty clued into this, and I still get confused with it.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
All right, so let me see. I'm going through my notes here. About Garrison house, blah, blah, blah. And why did Garrison buy the house in Flagstaff? Because
I think some of the kids genuinely liked it in Flagstaff.
I mean, most of Christine's flock is in Salt Lake City now. They're or Utah,
right?
And then Janelle was saying she wouldn't mind being closer to Maddie, who's in North Carolina. She's the furthest away. I don't see that working out.
Logan might be the only child left in Vegas. And then Hunter is still on the East Coast.
Mariah, oh God, not Mariah. Leon is in Chicago.
Yes.
But they never mention them, if I'm using the right pronoun, them anymore. So even though it's one person, I'll never get, I'll never agree with that. I'll never agree with calling one person them. I'm sorry, that'll never be okay in my book.
It's a hard thing. It really is, because listen, it's not about. Can I just say one thing before that comment gets attacked? You have to understand the way I feel about this. I want everybody to be who they are and be happy in this world, because who you love, no offense, doesn't affect me, and who I love doesn't affect you, right?
True.
But here's the thing. We were taught growing up the English language, and we were taught our whole lives that them
Is
means
plural.
two. Right. I'm just saying it like basic. Like it means more than one. Them would refer to 2, 3, 4, 5 plural, right? It's not singular. So to now change the way you know to speak, it's like learning another language, and that doesn't come easy. If I said to you, you have to speak Italian, and you start taking Italian, you're not going to know how to do it unless you study it 24/7, because that's not your native tongue.
Right.
Just the way we can't relearn a language. It's very hard to do that.
I mean, I went to college for
And
7
people-
years. I have a few degrees. I'm like, I have a history degree, but that was my bread and butter.
I have
And like, it's all writing
myself.
and grammar. And for me, I just struggle with it because it's an improv. No, I
Again, I also have 2 degrees, and I have to tell you, it's a hard thing to get down. It's a hard thing because it's not about someone's sexual preference or their identity. It's just a matter of how we learned our language.
Like
okay.
can't-
So
my
them is in Colorado. Suzanne says.
Yeah, my best friend has her doctorate in education. She teaches students how to teach people to read, write, like the vowels, the whole, you're in kindergarten type thing.
Yeah.
So, she had a student, and, they were going through the whole pronoun, and she was like, okay, tell me what name you want me to call you, and I'll call you that, because I don't have time to remember what your pronouns are.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And she was like, okay, I mean, if you want to be called Tree, I'll call you Tree.
Yeah.
Don't care. Just pick something.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
Logan
I mean,
and Hunter
it's like, so
are in
how are you
Vegas.
supposed to teach people grammar and proper tense and stuff like that? But
don't
that's a
know.
whole other story.
It's confusing at best, but okay. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yep.
True.
So looking at my notes.
And then they gather at Garrison's, and Garrison's just like done with Robin can have him. We don't care anymore.
Oh yeah, the Christmas text, and then they all pretty much said that Robin is playing the victim, that she wanted to do it via Zoom, and because of Cody's very stringent COVID rules, and from my understanding, that was like a group chat with all the kids. So why the hell is Robin in there? But whatever. And
because it's all the older kids, and Brianna is what, 16 maybe?
Oh my God. Can we talk about Brianna and Aurora's confessional? Like with their Robin puss face. Like, and then Brianna starts crying because her and Savannah don't talk in the halls.
Right.
of high
And she covered her
school.
face because she couldn't have real tears.
And then you see Brianna crying, and then like Aurora was next to her crying. Like what Brooklyn, like when okay, my grandmother always said to me, like when I was a kid, like if I didn't get my way or if I was pouting, she'd be like, wipe that puss off your face. Was that just all the time? Like when I was like annoyed, she goes, wipe that puss off your face. I'll give you something to really be sad about. Like that's exactly what you would say to me.
If you want to cry, I'll make you cry.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And I just saw Brianna with that puss on her face and Aurora, and then crying. And I just pictured in my head, just like what goes on at Robin's house at night. Is it just Robin sitting with her daughters and they're all just crying about how terrible their life is?
I mean, but how do you think those children found out that that they were having Christmas and they weren't invited,
Yeah,
and how they felt,
by their mother.
mother and father? I'm gonna say maybe Robin, but I'm gonna say Cody put it out there like, oh, they wanted to have Christmas and you're not invited.
Yeah.
And here poor Savannah is just like, because it was very interesting to me to like Savannah, like, yeah, we don't talk, we're not friends.
That I felt bad there. I did.
I did felt bad for more so for Savannah than I did for the others.
I felt bad mutually. I did. I'll be honest.
Because what I don't understand is, Robin's like, oh, we were the outsiders. Why weren't we welcome into the family? But why didn't Robin try to integrate herself more into the family? Mary found her and was like, we need to add her. But why isn't Robin trying to, because Robin had a nanny at season 1. Like, how is she's in.
Well, but they're
and meanwhile, Janelle's saying, like, by the way, from rewatching the first season, like, which we were doing beforehand when we kind of stopped doing it. But Logan was the one getting all the kids ready for school for Janelle's side. I remember the episode where Logan making breakfast for everybody.
That's what she said, right?
But it's like, it just I don't know.
And at that point, Robin didn't even have Ari or Solomon.
Right. She had her 3 older children.
Yeah.
So where was she paying the nanny before she came into the family?
And that's why he comes up with I'm taking them to school because I want to take. Listen, these women have been saying for months that Robin is the reason her children were separated from them. She kept them that way. That's the thing.
But like, if Robin came into the marriage with all this debt, I mean, basically they had to pay off all of her debt when they moved to Las Vegas.
Right.
But, I was reading an article today and it was with Joy Behar and they were talking about, thank you, Jay Freak. They were talking about the first episode.
Let me just say what you said before we get into Joy Behar, because that's Robin never had any intention of getting to know the family because she had this plan to remove the other wives. I mean, like, I just don't understand how people get into, like, Robin's crying every episode. I'm the bad guy. I'm the victim. The kids are never going to see my side. And then you have Cody saying, she's the love of my life. I only care about Robin. I only care about those kids because they're loyal to me. Meanwhile, 3 of those kids, you adopted them, but, like, they didn't come from your loins, Cody.
Right. But this article with Joy Behar was basically saying, like, what they're telling on TV and what was actually real were like 2 different things. Like, the stories didn't line up, because they were saying, we were being persecuted by the government. And the government was like, no, not really. So it's just an interesting article. But anyway, I found it interesting because, I was looking back at some episodes and Robin had this nanny, but how did she afford a nanny if she had just divorced her husband and,
they were destitute
at, eyeballs deep in debt.
Cody paid for it with his family's money.
But that was before they were like courting. Like, she had this nanny coming into the family. I believe it started out as her niece or someone, a relation to her, but I mean, she still had to pay her, right?
And meanwhile, when the show first started, back in 2010, Mary worked, Janelle worked,
and Christine took care
of Cody worked. Christine was taking care of 13 children.
That's right, and pregnant.
13 children.
Yeah. But that was her contribution to the family. She didn't work. She was their caretaker.
from
Right.
from newborns to like teenagers. Christine was taking care of everybody, and Robin couldn't
And guess what?
handle the
Rather
three
be work-
kids.
That's a job like no other what she did.
I wish I could. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just to me, and like then the ironic part is that during Rona, again they had the nanny, and then who gives the nanny to Cody and Robin? The nanny.
Yeah,
So,
COVID.
I mean, like you just can't make that up.
And it's just crazy to me. But let's see what else. So I think it's laughable that Robin says that Christine made Cody question his faith. It's all Christine's fault. Christine is a horrible, evil, vile person who has turned his children against him, but Cody doesn't do anything to bridge the relationships. Hey, Susie Bella.
Hey, Suze. And then again, the adult kids haven't heard from him.
Savannah hasn't heard from him.
Nope.
How does he not talk to these kids for such long? They are his children.
They're adults. I guess as Cody sees it, once you're over 18, he writes them up. But let Robin, the three older ones are all like, I mean, Brianna, Aurora's 20, Dayton, he's past high school, moved to Flagstaff so he can go to college.
tried
And
to
you
get
have
away from them, but they
Brianna,
followed
right,
him.
who's still in high school with Savannah. They're both seniors now. So why is Cody so quick to write them off when they're teenagers? But even Robin's kids, who again aren't biologically his, but he adopted them, so whatever. He's all fine with, but because they're loyal to him. Like imagine being like one of his kids that he had, a biological child, and seeing him devote all his time to his new family, the last wife. How would you feel?
I was just going to say, so I'm 40, okay? And my dad calls me once a day. And if I don't answer, the next day he'll be like, "Where were you? You can't call me back." And he's like all upset at me, My mom, forget it. We text all day. But I can't imagine going 6 months without my dad calling me. And I would be so hurt and I'd be a mess. It's just not natural to me to not talk to your children. And how ironic that you have like 16 biological kids, but the ones that you're closest to are not biologically yours.
Right.
I don't want to say any further on that because I'll get yelled at.
No, I'll get yelled at too, but like I think we're all thinking the same thing. I just don't understand it.
Because Cody's going to have a regret when he gets older. And
I don't think he will.
Oh, I think when he's getting close to passing away, he's going to look back and have regret in his life because
no, Robin's kids.
You think?
Yep. I don't think Cody feels any type of regret for the way he's acting.
I'm saying when he gets older and like he needs his children to take care of him, and he's on his deathbed.
Problem solved.
I just
Garrison said, Garrison said that he had reached out to him, to Cody, his dad, saying like, I have the house. And Garrison, which also said like, I haven't talked to him in months. Since I haven't talked to him, I bought a house. I got the car he always wanted. I got this great job. Like, what, he was just naming all this
Garrison does for a living.
And, and then I guess Garrison reached out to Cody and saying like, why don't we do Christmas in my house? And that way we could all come. And Cody's like, you can come to my house, my hizzy. Like, I know the people in my house are loyal to me. Like, wow.
That loyalty, man, let me tell you.
I mean, he talks about loyalty like his children are dogs or cats.
Like he's like Tony Soprano. Like
Wow. It said Garrison became a first-time homeowner at 23, which is impressive. And it doesn't say what he does.
I don't know. Something good. You know,
God bless.
because Garrison just was able to buy a house. Meanwhile, Janelle is renting apartments.
He currently
Oh,
lives in
you got a
Flagstaff with 2
compliment,
cats.
Brooklyn, from Pineapple.
Oh,
Pineapple. I love that girl.
pineapple.
Thank you,
Thank
Niecy.
you.
I love her.
You know, it's just
I adore all you people in the chat.
everything's
Yeah.
weird. You know, and I did have to watch 3 hours of the show tonight, so I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling certain ways, but I don't think I'm off on this.
Yeah,
I
no.
I don't think you are either at all. There's nothing to
I
be.
can't tell if Janelle is back on the property because on season 10 or episode 10,
No, Barbara, Payton's in the military.
he's in the reserve now, isn't he? Because I thought he was working for the strip club.
Payton, well, yeah, I think he does both. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to Payton since January. Well, I talked to him afterwards, but it hasn't been recent, so I couldn't tell you with 100% certainty what he's doing now. But he was working at the strip club when we interviewed him, and he was also in the dorm at like the reserve type of thing. So I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember around Father's Day, I guess the strip club had some kind of car wash, and people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're not celebrating your dad," because he had mentioned, like, he had posted a picture of David or something, and people were just like all bent out of shape.
I mean, Christine's his mother, and we see how Cody treats all the kids that aren't Robin's. So,
Right.
I mean, like the golden.
what did Savannah do
What?
to Cody? Nothing.
Exactly. What did that poor girl do? What did she do?
You know, Gabe and Garrison had it out with Cody over Robin and COVID. So I can understand if I wanted to, try to look at Cody's side. I can say, okay, well, there was some type of beef there, whatever. I'll never be on his side. But, what did Savannah do?
Exactly.
I really don't.
Other than have Janelle for a mom.
Yeah.
Well, that seems to be enough. So you managed out. You got into a fight with her. So take it out on your teenage daughter.
Right.
Right.
And I have to tell you, that's a quiet kid right there. She barely speaks as it is.
Yeah.
You know what?
There was a portion in episode 9 where Cody says that he's tired of the disrespect of Robin. And it's like, these are his rules. And it was kind of scary because it looked like, if he could have shanked someone, he would have. But it was just weird. It kind of gave me a spooky feeling.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy, Sweet C. I don't know. I'll reach out to him. It's so funny because Brooklyn just sent me a link on Facebook that there's still what was it? Was it Entertainment Tonight, Brooklyn?
It was Entertainment Tonight, and it was them posting the article of John and Peyton.
Recently, that's still making the rounds.
That's awesome.
And they said John's name, and they talked about blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
And the funny thing is, that is still the most up-to-date interview.
As of right now, it absolutely is.
Yeah. I mean, even now with the show being aired, what Peyton said is still more current than what you're watching on TV and will be until at least the end of this season.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, and it's funny because I think that, oh my God, Rosemary, thank you for the Cash App, and thank you, Wicked, for the Venmo. Sorry, I don't keep my phone on me. If I miss anybody else, let me know.
I got to do it from keeping from being persecuted online for.
Well, you have to keep you have to pay me to be up on here.
I know.
It's great. It doesn't come for free,
right?
I've got to pay for friendship some days.
What do you think? This is like a walk in the park. Who do you think you are, Robin? Wicked? No, there's no Robins here.
Give me a moment, and I can do my eyebrows like her.
God forbid.
Well,
I think I
like-
figured out what she does. Sephora sells like this kind of like a gel, and I think she uses a gel.
Well, I think
Because
you
I
better
put some on tonight,
cut mouths.
and I don't think she like feathers it out. I think she just puts it on and like. Because I noticed today, I was like, "Ooh, God, look like Robin. Ooh, we gotta fix him."
I don't know. Sorry. I had it over my own live. Hold on. Shoot.
It's okay.
Cody's pounding meat. Hold on. Sorry. There's so much going on right here.
No, that's okay. I'm reading up on my notes.
To marinate it.
I did find it odd that Mary and Jen were cleaning out the carriage house for
That's going to be the sex dungeon.
The sister
Sorry.
wives?
for her
Hey,
LuLaRoe business, but she had also talked about expanding to like have like a more professional kitchen so that they could do some more like catered events but I don't know. I mean, I don't think you'd need that big of a kitchen, and because it's not that big of a place where you could have like a huge wedding or something like that.
I don't
Excuse me.
know. That whole place.
It appears that I was looking online today. I think that Garrison actually has a very close relationship with Truly.
Really?
Yeah, I think
That's
that's like
nice.
his girl. You know,
Well, I hope they do.
Oh, okay. So when that live ended with Peyton back in January, I think I had like 330,000 views. Since the show's been on now, it's almost at 400,000.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So since the show started, I got another about 70,000 views on that interview.
Wow.
Well, people want to know the truth.
Yeah. And again, it's the most current, up-to-date interview there is. And like, you know,
That's a little earlier. I don't know where he is now, but that's okay.
Now you'll still like they can't just like watch that and you have to get something for that. That's all you.
no, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
There-
it's crazy that it's like kicking off again.
So let's see. That's what, 10 months ago? And right
Yeah.
now they're showing on the show 2 years ago. So yeah, that's, instead of watching the show, just listen to Peyton. You got it down pat.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate the loyalty on that one. That was the best live I've ever had in my
I
life.
will say one thing
Unplanned.
to add on to Amy. I've myself have watched it like 3 times in the last month. And what's funny about that interview is every time I watch it, I hear something I didn't hear the time before.
I'm gonna have to listen to it at work tomorrow.
Like, in other words, every time I watch it, I didn't
Learn
hear
something
something new. And it's because now that I'm watching the show, I know what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With me, like, I've said this a million times. If you're new to watching me now, that was never planned. It was not
I know.
planned at all. Maria W was at my house and she was visiting, and I had talked to Peyton a couple times in DM. I was sharing his stuff, his TikTok posts and stuff like that. And I asked Maria, I'm like, should I just message Peyton? Because we were about to go on and do our last recap of the tell-all. And she's like, yeah, try it. And then I message him and he's like, okay. And then we were like, well, huh? What?
Still so crazy. Still
It,
so
like,
weird, right?
Because no Brown has ever publicly spoken out ever.
yeah, no.
That's
Ever.
And I think that's why Gwen and he don't get along, is because he basically stole a lot of her thunder.
Yes, well, they've had, he said in that live that they've had their issues too. It's that didn't help things, but I see the comments like everyone's talking over him, like you're not, because I was so flabbergasted that he was on. Like, I've been watching this, this show for like 13
If you would have
years
had
now.
more than 3 seconds of life to prepare.
Yeah, so I was just trying to shoot out every question I
It's
ever
funny.
had about
I
the
wonder-
show.
I wonder if people realize that you literally had all of probably 4 minutes to prepare, if that. And you
No,
asked
4 minutes. I'm telling you, it was 30 seconds because
So
I
let's say
messaged
that-
him And
You
he
30
said, okay.
seconds got 2 hours worth of material, and you asked him more questions in there with no prep than real people that interview for a living do in a 2-hour TV show.
Well, when you watch the show and you know what's going on, it's easy. And
Yeah.
I needed to ask every question I ever had. And, you know, if I was over talking, like, you know, whatever I'm like, next question. I have 8 million more to go. And
Here's what I didn't like about your criticism of other people saying, "Oh, he was talking over them." Da 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 da. A, you weren't prepared, and B, most of the people who are recapping these shows don't have an interactive show like you do.
yeah.
They're like, "Here's what happened," and then you just listen to them for 15, 20 minutes, and then they're done.
Right.
Yeah, and like you know, I've had so many questions over the years, and I was just rattling as many as I can out. And my only regret really is not over talking, because you know we're all over talkers, especially Italians. We just over talk each other all the time. But like at the 3-hour mark, I'm like, it's 3 hours, and Peyton was like not losing steam at all. I could have kept that going probably another 3 hours.
Oh, easily.
And it would have been great, but I felt like at the 3-hour mark that was enough. And but that's my only regret is ending it when I did. I should have kept it going. That was it.
I say you invite him back on and see what happens.
Well, you know, he got into some trouble with that interview. So
Well, yeah, but you know, just reassure him that he doesn't have to talk anything that will get him into trouble.
You know, he did say a lot of things about a lot of things. But you know,
he came across as like very honest and open. So I think he probably would have a hard time biting his tongue.
I'm happy he didn't. You know, he's honest, and
100%.
That's why that exploded the way it did. But yeah,
right, exactly. He said,
of all the interviews I've ever done, that was by far. I mean, that even trumped all my Seeking Sister Wife stuff with the Snowdens. I mean, that was that was just insane. All right, where are we? Where are we with this show? With this recap? What are we gonna say? Did we almost cover everything yet? I'm looking through my notes.
I think we did a damn good job.
Wait, I think there was something else I wanted to say. I'm looking through my notes. Hold on. The gift exchange. Gwen. McKelty and then McKelty, you know, Cody's like, I'm still so happy that McKelty and Taco Tony are a part of, like, you know, the life. They didn't give up on Robin, which is, you know, whatever. I call him Taco Tony because he demanded that taco bar at the wedding. Cody's like, what? I gotta pay for all these tacos.
I remember that. Yep.
He wanted that. He wanted everybody to have like 5 tacos. And then I don't understand why Mary decided at the end to like keep that ginormous house. Like, that will never make sense to me. Like, the only thing that Mary should have did was, you know, stopped renting that house in Flagstaff, live in the Pier 1 B&B, and then if she had to go to Flagstaff, get a Motel 6, get a Airbnb for a couple of days. Look at the places that Christine's renting when she's down there. They're nice.
Now, Christine bought a house, though, right?
What?
Didn't Christine buy a house?
When she initially moved there, yes.
Well, now or in the show? I don't know.
No. Now.
I think so. But
I thought she bought that brick co-op duplex. Right. That's it.
Why does Mary have to have a constant residence there? How many times has Mary said, I don't hear from Robin? On Easter, Mary said, oh, Easter was just another Sunday to me. Nobody called me. Nobody invited me anywhere. It was just another day. And I felt bad for her.
I'm telling you, I've been feeling bad for her a lot lately.
I have too. I've always felt bad for Mary. I've always felt bad for Mary. The only thing that made me feel unbad for her is when Peyton said that she got handsy with the kids.
True. But
And then
okay, as much as I love Peyton and as much as he gave us so much tea, I have to say one thing. A lot of the comments I noticed the other day when I watched your interview again for the 1,000th time, like Amy, I noticed if you click that Entertainment Tonight and you read the comments, 75% of people made the same comment. And do you know what they said? They all defended Mary and they all said that Peyton talks just like his father and that he speaks like him and rambles on and that he's
yeah,
like
but
he
McKelty, I think it was
seems a
McKelty
little
who was,
dramatic
but
is what they
McKelty was
say.
the one that we think was that Mary was being handsy with, and that's why McKelty forged this relationship
With
with
Robin.
Robin.
Right. So they say that he seems a little dramatic. He talks a lot, which is true, but who knows, right? But like there's one part in your interview, John, where he says to you, you said, well, would you say she was aggressive or something? He goes, well, let's put it this way. Robin saved, you said, well, would you say Robin helped with that? He's like, well, I think she saved our life. And that was like, come on, like, was Mary going to kill you?
You know, but it makes sense why McKelty and Robin are so tight still.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But
No, I get that. I'm just saying, like, the way he said, oh, well, Robin coming along, I think she pretty much saved our life. And everybody just thought that was pretty, like, I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's a great question, EJ. I have no idea. I think that.
Oh, well, they said Leon took a year off from her family. Did you guys see that?
I don't think Leon wants anything to do with it.
No, she's back now, but they said that for her health. And while she was transitioning, she took a year away
You're
from
using the wrong
everyone.
pronouns, by the way. Tisk tisk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can't say she.
Okay, he, because he is now.
I'm not even sure if you could say he, to be honest with you.
When that person.
I don't. I'm just being honest.
The person named Leon, when the person named Leon was going through a transition, that person took a year off from all the family members.
Okay, so then there you go.
But Leon was at Christine's wedding.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah, there's a group shot of
Yes.
all the kids, and Christine had to like kind of crop it because the family was so big and she couldn't figure out how to put it in Instagram and get everyone in. So it's kind of like here at this side of the family and then this side of the family.
So that's interesting. Leon went and Gwen didn't.
Right.
And that's why Cody keeps in contact with McKelty, because McKelty's good to Robin. It all goes back to Robin, guys. You understand?
Yeah.
It all circles back. McKelty likes Robin, so Cody likes his own daughter.
Yeah. And I did read yes, Rita, I did read that Leon and Audrey were married privately, secretly.
Right.
Congratulations, them. I don't even know what to say.
And then I think someone else mentioned that Christine bought the duplex, but then she has since sold it and they bought a house with David, because I noticed like she put in a swing set and she's got like stuff in her backyard, which I don't think they would allow at a duplex.
The last thing I want to cover before we end this was Janelle and Cody's date for her birthday.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah. So they had the big fight at Thanksgiving or Christmas, and then they went to that Mexican restaurant where they all love going to film at. I don't know what it is about that place, but they're always filming there.
But he got reservations because, he's Cody.
No, that was a different place. That was Mariposa.
Oh, okay.
The fanciest place in all of Arizona. And so he picks Janelle up, in the Lexus, he's styling. And it was her birthday and he wanted to impress her, and he got reservations, like the most exclusive restaurant in Arizona, according to him. And he's like, what, Janelle tried to get reservations there, and I was the one that got them. So, I feel like I'm on a first date, jonesing for some action.
Yeah, like totally. You can go on their website right now and make a reservation for tomorrow.
I could probably like walk in there right now and be like, "Hi, John, party of two." Okay,
Exactly.
thanks. But whatever. And they went and I guess they had a good time, but then afterwards, Janelle's telling Christine, who's pushing, it was okay, and she said at one point when we were in the car going back, I put my hand on his, and then I realized that what was I doing, and it felt wrong, and I took it back.
Yeah, because I mean, she has said that she could very easily fall back in love with Cody. That they have a natural, yeah, because she said they have a very easiness about their relationship. Don't you remember she was saying if we were on a deserted island, we could be good together?
That's a stretch of an analogy or a metaphor, because
But I'm just saying, I think
together.
I think that she could also sweep a lot of stuff under the rug and be like, okay, we're good with this. I'm happy. But she's to the point now where she's like, no, I need something a little more than what he's given.
But wait, another example, I'm sorry, of Christine's pushiness was, we didn't talk about this either, when Christine brought Janelle to like her hen party. Is someone's car getting stolen?
No, sorry. It's the fire pager. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh.
Should have said that. I'm sorry.
I was thinking the SWAT team was coming to John's house again.
Sorry.
Well, that wouldn't be, something uncommon.
My husband is a volunteer. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But then and again, Christine, with all her friends that she met in Flagstaff, and Janelle's there, and and again, Janelle had to kind of correct them a few times, and Janelle was all for it, and she's like, I don't care. She goes, I want to have friends. I don't have any friends, whatever. But they were talking about some personal stuff, and Janelle was like, it was like the first time she ever met them. So I was kind of on Janelle's side when they're asking Janelle, well, is your marriage over? Could you imagine? I don't know. I really feel, and that was another reason why I feel like Christine's being super pushy.
Yeah.
To, get Janelle to do something. And I can see what Brooklyn said earlier about Christine's happy and she just wants Janelle to be happy, but Christine, and I love Christine, and I'm so happy for her, but she has an agenda. She's not done yet.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it particularly right now, she's remarried, she's happy, she wants her friend, her sister wife, to experience the same happiness she does. But she's not ready for it. I mean,
I'm going to get, hey, Brooklyn, can you give me the Cody tendrils? I have them.
We can give you a perm, John.
Look,
she just
look
sent
how
it
long
in.
it is. Look.
I told you the perms are in. I did 2 today on boys.
No, I don't want the tight kinks. I want I want the Cody.
You need a haircut ASAP. Go to Jackie.
Tomorrow. I have my appointment tomorrow.
Run.
I am so sick of wearing a hat. You have no idea. That's why I have been on camera, because I just hate the way I don't like wearing a hat. And my hair is long. Out of town for 3 weeks. So, but I think I might want to do the Cody look and just have it all curled. Should I get a curling iron?
I think you should get a haircut and call it a day.
How does he have those curls? What does he do to get those curls?
I think that's his hair. I really do.
No, because his hair is
natural hair. I really do.
No, there's some type of ammonium glycolate in his hair.
Because honestly, my nephew is a barber, and when his hair is short, it is straight, and he let it grow out, and it is Cody Brown tendrils. And it's all natural.
I mean, it is Halloween. I don't know. Maybe I should just dive. Can you give me some highlights, Brooklyn? And then I could, And then I could be Cody Brown for Halloween because I got the tendrils, man. I got all this hair. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. We should perm it, put a little highlight in it. But yeah, no, I think his my mom
like-
has even commented that his hair is natural because his curl starts at the root.
Yeah, but you look at the pictures of him like when he married Mary, like when Mary was saying, like,
Because his hair
well,
was short.
I married Cody when I was like, 19. But then in the earlier seasons, his hair was straight.
Because
So
his
was he
hair
getting
was
his hair
shorter.
relaxed?
No, I think he either used a flat iron.
I could just see Cody with the flat, like
100%, or he
like just in the
or he just blew
mirror
it out.
with Marsha Brady, like 1, 2, like counting like how many times he brushes it.
Oh, he is 100% like spending more time in front of the mirror than I am. Like he was brushing all that out.
Yeah, he does.
Because
I
it looks
posted the
fuzzy.
picture of the horseshoe crown, like with the separate. Remember that last year? I don't even know if it's still on my IG, but you could see that the total, like, my hair is all like, it's all connected. Like there's, I'm good.
Yeah.
But like you could see like the gap, like there was like the crown here, which was separated from like the rest of the hair.
Gino wishes he had as much hair as Cody Brown.
I have more hair than Cody Brown.
Dino wishes he had any hair
That's true.
at all.
But I'm going to my hairdresser tomorrow, and then I'm gonna fix this mess on my head, okay? And
Necessary.
then, and
Amy
then I'll
says
be
she
able-
remembers him flat ironing his hair.
There you go. I hate wearing hats. I really do. I much rather have like my hair, but like this is a mess. It's just my hairdresser's been out of town for 2 weeks now, and I now she's in tomorrow, so I have my appointment.
Oh, good.
Are we good? Did we cover everything?
I think so. I can't believe we're in July of this.
How many episodes are left? Do we know?
I don't know. I was wondering that
Let me
actually.
just check
I think-
IMDb. Hold on.
There's usually about 16, including 16 or 18, including the reunion or tell-all.
Well, IMDb is showing that there's at least 2 more episodes on the 29th and the 5th. And then you also get, the tell-all, which will be like 2 or 3 episodes.
I'm going to say 2 at most.
So we still have a bit to go, I think. But it feels good to be caught up. I'm not going to lie.
Yes. Do you think that they'll do a special with
But
Christine?
by
With her
herself,
marriage?
like a TV show by herself?
No, I'm just saying like a special Christine gets married or whatever.
They might. I don't know. If they don't do a special, I'm sure it was filmed.
I was gonna
Yeah.
think it was filmed.
Because people had the exclusive.
It was definitely if people
it
had
was
the-
definitely filmed.
and they made money from that. Why would she say no to the money?
Yeah,
True.
it was definitely filmed, and like this has been like probably the biggest show on TLC right now. People are much more plugged into Sister Wives than they are 90 Day. I can probably
Right.
see that. But yeah, and don't forget, guys. Brooklyn, you're going to be on for Beverly Hills, right?
I guess I am.
Well, no, I need a more of like an ecstatic, like rejuvenation. Like, oh my
You know,
God, I
here's the
can't wait to
thing.
cover Beverly Hills. Like
Here's
that.
the thing. I gotta tell you why I feel this way.
Oh God.
I saw the music video of Kyle with the woman, the singer, and it turned me so off. And I'm like, if this whole season is going to be about Kyle and Mauricio, like I can't.
Ooh, but
It'll probably be Kyle's storyline for sure. He and Mauricio's on Dancing with the Stars as we speak. I
Right.
cannot believe he's lasted this long, man.
and Mauricio
Honestly, I
was
think
filmed
he's
holding
Latin.
hands with Emma in
I
a
can
restaurant
He's Latin. Those Latins know how to move.
for TMZ.
No, like, listen, like, Bravo people, I've watched Dancing with the Stars since day one. I've watched every season.
They don't last long.
Bravo people never last. I think Kenya got the furthest, but
Right.
they never last long. And Mauricio is not even a housewife; he's a house husband,
Right.
and they call him like real estate mogul Mauricio Umansky. Get out of here! You're like they should pronounce him like Mr. Kyle Richards,
Or
is what
from
they should
Selling
say.
Sunset, because he does have a show on, or no, not Sunset. It was he's got a Netflix show that's about his agency. I can't remember what it was called.
Well, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I never watched it, and I never will. But
It wasn't bad.
yeah. So Beverly Hills starts on Wednesday,
Yes.
and Brooklyn. I need a more emphatic response from you.
Yes, sir. I will be there.
No, we're gonna have to work on that a little bit more because I'm not really sold on that one either. Like I said yesterday on our live, it's just a crazy week, but I'd like to cover something else. Maybe we could do Dancing with the Stars on. I don't know. It's a rough week this week. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts to this week.
True
But I
story.
promise you, next week we'll be back on track and we'll have a schedule again, and we'll be doing the after shows and the member stuff. This has just been a crazy month. So, yeah,
Yeah, you got the whole streets talking.
yeah. When don't I, Brooklyn?
That's true story. True story.
Oh my God, John Yates took a 10-hour nap. 15 channels
True
talking about
story.
it.
True story.
Let's listen to John Yates snore for 5 hours and then commentate on it. So I don't know. It is what it is. So yeah, I think we're good though, right? We covered everything. I want to make sure
Yeah,
that we're completely
Really
caught
well.
up.
We did
and-
really good.
All right.
Brooklyn, did you get my email, my text message earlier?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yes,
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to
Something like that.
process that.
Yeah, we will
So
talk.
I gotta think about that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Screenshot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah. What did you send me something else I didn't get? Wait.
No,
No,
no.
that's what we're talking about. It's not
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
let me try to figure out how to process that. Uh, and yeah, so Dancing with the Stars moved from Monday nights. I was just talking to Wicked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
To Tuesday nights. For 20 years, Dancing with the Stars was on Monday night, and we were watching it last week, and I was thinking it was Monday because Dancing with the Stars was on. Dancing with the Stars is always on Monday. I mean, it
True.
used to be on Tuesday nights when they had like the when
Two
they would vote
parts.
somebody off, like but
Yeah, they would
they
have the
ended that like a
dancing one
decade
night
ago.
and then the vote off night two.
Yeah, night 2 they ended like a decade ago. So like, that hasn't been in my head. But we're gonna be back, and yeah.
We're gonna have fun. We talk about the shows.
Yep.
Brooklyn, are you watching that House of Villains show?
No.
Oh.
No. Sorry.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna catch up.
It's,
I think
you're not,
we're-
you
I think
haven't
we're
missed a
2
whole lot.
2 episodes. Oh, it's only 2 episodes in, so we're good.
Right.
Um,
Without telling you a whole bunch, I will say the first episode is you don't know who's nominated until the beginning of the second episode. And at the end of the second episode, you don't know who's going to be voted off until the third episode. So it's kind of slow moving.
All right, so we didn't miss much already then. So
Yeah,
everybody's still there.
Yeah, no.
And then we'll do that Dancing with the Stars, but definitely Beverly Hills. Like Beverly Hills is number 2 for me under Jersey. Did you see the new cast photo for Jersey? It was published today. I didn't post
No,
it.
I'll have to look.
Yeah, they all look good. It's the same cast. All right, I'm gonna end this.
All right, my people.
It's 10 to 11.
Great.
And hopefully we'll be
Oh.
live again this week.
Lauren Manzo's husband files for divorce.
Oh.
Not shocked at that because
Yeah,
was
me
in
neither.
Rome. She was in Rome, so she lost a ton of weight. She's about 90 pounds soaking wet, and she's in Rome last week with her parents, her siblings, and her daughter. And I literally said to myself, "Where is Vito?" Like, she never posts a picture of him. She never talks about him. She wanted to be thin so bad, and I knew once she was so thin, she was done with him. They never had a second child. I just knew it. Like, I knew she married him because she settled, because, you know, he liked her before when she was chubby.
Right.
And when I saw her in Rome and I saw how tiny she is, I swear on God, I said, oh, boss. And now you just said that. Isn't that crazy? How
Thank you,
predictable.
Bougie.
How
Bougie.
predictable.
That's for
Yeah.
the Tringle wig.
Yeah, that's why that's why when you said that, I'm like, nope, I wasn't surprised. I knew about the weight loss. I'm
Thank
like,
you,
yeah,
Bougie.
that makes sense.
I
That makes
mean, I
sense.
knew it. Once she got that thin, boom, they're done.
And I like the
All
Manzos. I follow
about is
Albie.
her
I
brothers.
follow Chris.
She's so concerned with her brothers and their fiancés. It's like you never even hear her speak of her husband, or you never see a picture of her husband. It's crazy.
Yeah, and God, I can't wait for Jersey to start again. But they're still filming as we speak.
Right.
So it's going to be a bit before that happens. But we got Beverly Hills starting, and
go.
it's good stuff. So we will definitely be covering that. I will not miss
All
that.
right.
Everybody have a great night. Thank
Have
you
a great
so much.
night. Love
Thank
you all.
you all.
Bye.
And
You guys are the best.
bye, everybody. Oh, look, Brooklyn couldn't get off fast enough, so she
Like,
dipped out.
deuces.
She's like, bye, everybody.